engagement is everything. So we're going to be able to track engagement now. We're going to be able to know if your contacts, if the leads that you were emailing are opening your emails, if they're clicking the links inside of the emails itself, and if they're going to your website. This is going to be very, very important, because if they are not engaging with you, you simply don't want to pay to have them in the system. And then after 90 days, you can get rid of them. And I'm going to be showing you how you can tag them, essentially how to create the automation that will tag them, how to get to know when was the last interaction, and most importantly, how to find out who you need to get rid of in your system.
Out of everything I'm going to be teaching you, this is one of the most important things. So I'm going to go nice and slow so you can actually see what I'm doing. But if you get lost, just go back and watch it again, and it's going to make more sense. But we're going to be creating 2 automations, and we're going to be adding 1 custom field. And you must do all 3 for this particular automation to work properly. Cool. So the very first thing we're going to do is go to forms. So you can close that, and then you can go to manage fields. Just go to add field. You might get a questionnaire or a quiz. You can just skip the quiz. So what I want you to do here is type last engagement date. And then in here, we're going to change that to date and hit add. That's all you need to do here. From here, we're going to go to automations. Inside of automation, we're going to go create an automation. Here, we're going to be adding engagement tagging part 1 and part 2. Let's do part 1 first. Hit continue. We're going to then activate it, and that's all you need to do here. Cool. Don't worry about the start trigger. You don't need that. You're going to go back to automations. Once you get here, we're going to create another automation. Look for part 2 and continue. So here you will see there are a few things that needs to be configured. So what we're going to do first is get started. So the very first thing it's saying is that you need to configure your site tracking. Click that button. So site tracking is going to open in a new tab. Just hit enable, and then you're going to add your domain down the bottom here. So in my case, salesstudios.com.au, and hit add. And that's all you need to do for now. I'm going to be covering site tracking a little bit later. So for now, that's all you need to do. So from here, go back to automations and go to part 2 engagement tagging. So you can go back to get started, select the domain that you just created or you just added, go next. And then here, all you need to do is select part 1, next, and you're going to do that again. Part 1, apply, done. So there's one more thing that you need to do here. We're going to hit the plus button just there. We're going to go to contacts. We're going to go update a contact. We're going to select the last engagement date, which is the custom field that we just created. We're going to leave current time there, and we're going to hit save. So this will allow this automation to register the last time someone engaged. So anytime someone reads an email or click on any links inside of the email itself or visit one of your pages or funnels, this automation is going to be tagging the time that they did any of that, and they're going to be putting tags saying they're engaging or not, and so on. So the last thing you need to do here is just hit activate. I just wanted to show you in a real environment how it would look like. So I'm going to do a search for my name. So I've got 2 emails there. One email I have actually been engaging, meaning that I have been either reading the emails or clicking on the links inside of the emails, or perhaps I've been going through the website itself. The other one, there's no engagement. So the one that I had any kind of engagement, I can see the last time that I engaged, and you've got the dates in here. And I also have engaged as the tag. So then I can straight away see who's engaging, who's not engaging. This tag is going to be removed after 30 to 90 days, depending how we configure that in the actual automation itself. But what is important is that you can see the last time the person has engaged. And in here, like this particular email, I never actually opened. This was just a test account. So there's no engagement date and there's no engaged tag. So the reason why we create the engagement automation is because you can see the date and you can see if they are engaging. But most importantly, this is going to be able to save you money as well in the long run. Because if someone is not really engaging with you, guess what? Like, you don't actually need them in your system, because you're just going to be paying for them to be in your system. So we're going to be going ahead and deleting the people that are not engaging. So to do that, you've got a few different ways. You can tick this box and go delete. Once you do that, you cannot undo that, so be very careful. Or the other thing you can do is just go edit and unsubscribe them from all lists. And you can do that because if someone is unsubscribed but they're still inside of your system, you won't be paying a subscription for them. As in, you only pay for the people that are subscribed to your list. So the other thing that you can do as well is go advanced search. You're going to select the custom field that we just created, in this case, last engagement date. And you can say is before, and you can put the date here. And what you want to do is roughly, every business is different, but roughly 90 days is a very good space of time. So if someone hasn't actually been engaging with your business for 90 days, it's probably time to delete them from your system. So you can run a search. So last engagement date is before, and then just put your date in there. Run the search, and then you can select everyone. If you run the search, it's going to have everyone that hasn't actually engaged with you for 90 days. That's based on the dates that you put in there against the last engagement date itself. In this case, would be someone that hasn't actually got, so it would be blank. So last engagement date is blank. I could say search. I could just hit search, and then this is going to find all the contacts that the last engagement is blank, meaning that they haven't actually been engaged. So we can pretty much hit just tick the box for all of them, edit, and we can unsubscribe them, or we can go and delete. Cool. So that's something that you want to do every 3 months, just to make sure that they are not in your system. They're not cluttering your system. You are not paying for them to be in your system. So that's going to save you a lot of money, but also it's going to make sure that your domain is not getting hit by blacklists and so on. Because the most important thing is you sending emails and people engaging. So open rate. If your open rate is high, that's the most important thing in email marketing, really, other than the conversions itself. So for deliverability sake, if you send emails and people are not opening them, it's better for you not to send emails to them at all. So just keep that in mind, very important. And these automation, along with the search that we did, will help you to identify who is not engaging, so then you can actually delete them or unsubscribe them from your list.